Hello, I'm James and thanks for joining me here on Kalkine TV for the Hot Performers program. In today's episode, I'll take an in-depth look at Ampol receiving the approval of the Overseas Investment Office to sell Gull. The Australian petroleum company Ampol Limited has announced that the sale of its Gull business will now be occurring to Allegro funds and has become unconditional. The Overseas Investment Office, or OIO, has approved the acquisition by Allegro. On the back of the news, Ampol shares were trading 1.94% higher at $34.72 each during the afternoon session on the ASX today. Ampol initially announced on March 14, 2022 that it had reached a legally binding agreement with Allegro to sell its Gull business in New Zealand. The transaction was subject to regulatory approvals, and Ampol completed the acquisition of Z Energy Limited on the 10th of May 2022. Approval from the OIO then came on June 27. On June 21st, Ampol announced that it would complete the issue of 150 million Aussie dollars of subordinated notes due in 2081. According to the terms of the sale, Allegro will purchase 100% of Gull in exchange for roughly 509 million New Zealand dollars in net cash proceeds and 63 million New Zealand dollars in leases and debt-like assets assumed by Allegro. Following Allegro's request, Ampol has agreed to a 5-year fuel supply contract with Gull under the terms of the sales agreement, subject to yearly pricing reviews and termination rights. The OIO decision is the last step in completing the deal to sell Gull. Ampol and Allegro have 2 business days to agree on the completion date, now that all other preceding conditions have been satisfied. After a deal is reached, completion should take place between 15 and 30 business days, and the shares of Ampol have gained over 4% on the ASX over the last month. Additionally, Ampol's year-to-date share price also gained almost 15.71%. And over the last 6 months, Ampol shares have risen 18.27%, with a yearly return of 23.57%. So to sum it all up, Ampol shares have seen reasonable returns, and they are now gaining further traction from investors due to this recent development, so it's a stock to watch. Alright, that's all for this edition of the Hot Performers. Keep it locked here on Kalkine TV for the latest market insights and business news. I'm James, reporting for Kalkine.